All right. Hello and welcome to session 16 of Business in Lahles. I know that Krev has something super exciting to tell us about his week, so I'm going to go ahead and let him go first so we can
Oh,
get that out of the way.
yeah, I'm building a new PC, gaming PC, so I'm happy. Finally was able to buy all the parts in this crazy freaking this market right now for technology is nuts. Scalpers suck. But aside from that, I'm happy to build this weekend.
You didn't have to spend too much on it, did you?
More than I wanted.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I thought he was going to talk about the air fryer again.
No, I mean, it was around what I was expecting, I guess. But,
Okay.
I just didn't want to drop that much money is all. But
I guess if you go over a little bit of budget, it's not terrible, but,
Yeah. I got everything at MSRP except my processor. So
Nice.
Trace, how was your week?
Good.
All right. I'm not even gonna
11
try
out
to
of
get
10.
more out of you. One day it'll happen, though.
Nope.
We'll see about that. Kadir.
Great.
Okay. Onyx, how was your week?
Intense.
All
Nice.
right. Nice.
It's going to be one of those
Reckon?
nights.
I made a fabulous carnitas tacos last night with just this lovely juicy flavor with a nice crispy finish with a citrus squeeze at the end. It's quite nice.
Can you say juicy again for our ASMR listeners?
Juicy.
Do we have any of those?
Oh, thank you.
Well, we will after I clip that.
Juicy.
It'll just be like 1 second of you saying juicy.
My battle cry.
Like
Most watched clip ever.
somebody's just going to be clicking around in your fucking Twitch and then just accidentally, and then their computer just yells juicy. It's like, what the fuck was that?
What if I set it up as the welcome to the stream video?
If you could get it to, if you could set it up like MySpace and just have it autoplay, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
MySpace is still viable, right? That's a thing.
Yeah, I think so. It's becoming a meme. That's for sure.
Has anyone checked with Tom? Is he okay?
Anyways, so on that note, wondering how Tom is doing. How about we go ahead and give the recap?
What does Tom have to do with our recap? Anyhow,
Nothing at all.
You know what? So there we were in. Oh God, where were? Oh wait, okay, now I remember. We were we were in those mines, right? And we had just left, set up camp at like the base of the mountain with all those miners. And we went back to town to speak with Samira of the Wheat Civet Guild, and in the hopes of convincing her that we were A, trustable, and B, probably not to kill us. There was a little bit of danger there. She was a little bit on the edgy side. And C, we needed to get her on our side. So we had a conversation with her. I believe we were able to get her to agree to come over to Lahles. But we promised that Bragdar would step down, and we also promised that we would make him stand down and replace Bragdar with our other good friend, Mr. Goblin Dad. Oh God, what was his name? Goblin Dad. What's his name?
The GIF.
Renus.
Oh, good job. I was about to start counting it down for you, but yep, it is Renus.
Yes, Renus the Goblin Dad, also a wizard. And after that, she gave us a compass. Probably leads to Voidheart, but she refuses to confirm that. and she promised us troops in a couple of weeks' time. But in the meantime, she gave us not a squad. What's a size up from a squad? 50 men or whatever, headed by our two good pals in the Wheat Civic Guild. And basically, we're marching our asses back to Lahles so we can kick some ass.
And chew bubblegum.
Not in that order though. The bubblegum, and then the ass.
We already ran out of bubblegum.
Our supply of bubblegum does not meet the demand.
Damn it.
We're here to chew ass and kill bubblegum. Wait. All right. So, thank you for backing me up, everybody, with your uproarious laughter.
I was gonna say,
You're
that
welcome.
would make for
You're
an
welcome.
interesting clip too.
Well, the last time we left off, there was also the lady coming towards us.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
There was some lady of description that I definitely don't have.
Well, she was a lady. I mean,
She was a lady. She was
Yeah.
wearing tattered clothing.
she had boobs, hair, and so on.
Oh, she was like coming towards us at least.
Yeah. Okay. We got that.
You said that we wouldn't want to like have her, or no, she probably wouldn't try to upset the troops behind us. So
Oh yeah, and
she's
I
probably
remember
not going to be too crazy.
you had specifically said, Kyle, she is a suspicious 60 feet away. Which is 100% out of melee range, but 100% in spell range. I love it. I love it when you just sneak NPCs right into that danger zone. It's a good idea.
Oh, and you forgot to mention how we realize we're rich now, and we need to not get executed
Yeah,
for taking that money.
We
and gems.
counted. Yeah, we counted so that we knew how much money we got away with stealing with 0 consequences.
Yes, 0 consequences. Let me repeat that. I think that's just a way of saying we haven't been fucked yet.
Is this like a life lesson to the listeners?
I mean, maybe.
Stealing is okay as long as you don't get caught.
Get good.
Yeah, just don't get caught. It'll be fine.
I mean,
Scratch that.
I can hear Kyle viciously rewriting the plot, titling it "How to Fuck the Party."
No, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it still session 16.
Okay.
The last mission.
Yeah.
The party gets killed.
Titled The Last Mission. Yeah, I mean that was pretty good for a bunch of the recap. The only thing that was really left out from the original, which Onyx kind of jumped in on, was running into the lady at the end. But if that's everything, we'll go ahead and jump into the game.
All right.
Alright, so after leaving Mito earlier this day on, I believe it was April 16th, as you had all set out, after traveling all day, eventually reaching to where this crossroad area is, you can see the road beginning to take off to the northwest, one continuing to the north and one to the northeast. It is getting fairly late after pushing quite quickly along, with most of them needing to walk, but at quite a quickened pace to keep up with each of you that are on horseback and using a more luxurious style of transportation. The sun is beginning to set, and you did see the human female just about 60 feet away, making her way towards each of you.
Signa, is that in line with how he normally says it? Human female?
No, it's not. He changed it.
I did it on purpose.
All right. We're gonna write that down. He's becoming intentionally problematic.
I like that you have those important notes where you write in all the important stuff we do.
All right. Well, I'm in the back of the. I'm in the back. I'm making some stuff for wrecking.
you-
So there's no
you're
way
the-
I see her.
You're the talker guy. I pull
Yeah.
out my bow instead.
He's the bow guy.
Yeah, that's my job.
Does it need arrows in it?
Nah.
It's back.
These are
Hold!
long.
You'll hear a shout and a command as each of the guild members that are marching along with you come to a stop. Hail, traveler! What are you still walking about so late at night? All by yourself? Well, you see, and stepping a little bit closer, you see a pretty rugged clothing, a hood over her head, and only a bit of dark hair sticking out. And you can hear her call out back to Orth. I'm heading towards Mido to get help. The mines to the north, they're overrun. And they'll turn towards Krev, who is riding along with Jeeves, and then give a glance over to Rekid, who is on Brago.
Did we hear this? We're here, right? When
Yes.
Okay. Can I
Uh,
insight that?
Sure.
Oh, I'll join you in the inside thing. I want to inside as well.
Neat.
The baggeting.
There we go.
The mines definitely seem to be full, and she seems to be on her way to get help from the guild.
I'll call back and say, overrun with what exactly? Or who, I guess.
The dead.
For whom?
It's some of the skeletons that we found there have come back to life.
What do they want?
What?
She'll just like shake her head, trembling. What would any of them want?
About cheap
Trace is now super confused. So to to ask a question, but where's the mines exactly? North? Is that like Unsada?
No, north of Mido, it's just off the coast.
Oh.
Out of game, is that the mine we were in?
No.
No.
I was worried this was going to be like, we didn't do a good job type thing.
Well, I guess we should help, right?
Hey, Orth, can we help this person?
If you all think that we have enough time.
I don't know if we do.
What if we,
Seems that's something that I'd leave to Samir to decide. It's only a day's walk from here.
what if we just took a small group and we caught up with the larger army? I'm sure we travel faster on our own.
It is true.
Well, we're supposed to lead the first group to Lahles. If they show up without us, I mean,
If I might say, go forward. How far away are we from Unzadar?
I'd say about a day's travel. Especially if we keep up this pace.
Very well. If this is something we wish to do, we wait until tomorrow. What it is? 2 days from now, we could reunite outside, just south of Unzadar, perhaps a few miles south. If this is something that we intend to do.
How close are we again to the mine?
You're not too sure, but Orth and Nalra will definitely know the mine that she's speaking of, and they'll say it'll be just over a day and a half travel. You have to
Oh.
make it down to the coast, and make your way in from there.
I think Kadia has a valid point. Just let the five of us go, and we'll catch up to you.
We could go investigate and be quick about it.
Yes.
But if we shall not dally or clear out the mines like we did last time, we could make this a quick in and out venture, so to speak. Is this or hit it and quit it, as my friend Rekid often says?
You know it.
What if we were to explore this for a day and then ride the wagon the rest of the way so we can rest? I mean,
Yes, this is this is valid. I'm sure we would make more quickly than a full scale army that is walking on its feet. So, is this something a vote? A band of the Bloodhawk.
how far is this mine?
About a day and a half from where you are.
Oh shit!
So 3 days round trip, plus time at the mine.
Whoa! So no, 2 days. So 2 days absolutely would not. So wait,
Whoa.
is it like right here?
No, it is. I will place a token on the map for you.
Or like over here?
It is just northwest of Meadow along the shoreline. Right
Oh,
about
wow.
there.
Yeah.
You. In what direction is she coming from?
She's coming from north of you.
Woman, what is your name?
Horidel Hizza. I come from Adkenbaum.
Why are you coming from the north?
I was just leaving my village, heading back. Needed
And you-
to hold up there while some others were beginning to, well, take a look around the village. They seemed awfully suspicious.
We thought you were coming from the mines.
No, I haven't been there in over a week's time.
So the mines have been overrun, and you are just notifying Mido of what has happened.
Yes.
Why did they not? You said her clothes were in tatters.
Correct.
Why did your village not outfit you? At least give you anything: clothes, a horse, walking shoes.
We're poor. We only can afford what is given to us basically by the gods. Whatever we're fortunate enough to come across, be able to harvest and sell.
We're not marching with all of Mito's forces, correct?
No.
No, not all of them.
Okay. I'm betting Mio has enough people on hand to handle this.
Yeah, plus this is really far out of our way. Going going a day and a half back, and then coming a day and a half forward, and then another day forward. Those are days when people in Lahles are dying. So, I'm okay going forward.
Surely we have something we can send her on her way with, though. It's a little bit farther from Mito.
I could send her back with a couple of the members and perhaps just send a runner ahead. But it's gonna be... Well, from what I understand the plan to be, any forces that we give up or split apart from may prove to be a little detrimental.
I have an idea. And this is a kind of a question out of character too. I don't know if we got to rest somewhat recently where we got to pick spells, but if we do, or if we're going to tonight, I can send an animal messenger to Mito.
What I would suggest perhaps is send a couple of runners back, and this lady, I do not trust her. Send a few runners back to Mito on their own, and send this woman back to her village. That is my suggestion.
That works.
The runners who go back, they will eventually come with us as the main force anyhow. They will see their action.
What time of day is it?
It's night.
Night.
Can you give me a persuasion check? And if anyone has a proficiency in it and would like to assist.
I do not.
Likewise.
I do. I give you advantage.
Thank you. Nice. 17. So, well, I guess not bad.
Listen, I don't think that that's going to be the wisest. Well, I mean, it is just a runner, Nalra, or Orth. If we were to just set ways with one or two, it wouldn't hinder any of our abilities. Well, once we're close.
If you'd rather, we can wait till morning. I can send an animal messenger, and we don't have to send anyone.
Yes, but I don't think that any of you had time to rest since exiting the mines. I worry that you will drain yourself.
Oh, it won't consume any resources.
Well, if it won't consume anything of that, such as your power or any of material component, then if that you're not willing to part with, anyways. And I think that that's a great plan. And sending back just one runner in that case will even just secure the message.
So I would have to ask though, is it more than 50 miles back to Mito?
No, it is not. It is just over 42, and that's being like
Okay.
overestimating.
Because 50 miles is like the max I could send it.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So if we camp here, then I'm just checking over this.
Very
real
well.
quick.
In that case, we will send this woman back to her village, where at least she will be safe. Woman, what is your name?
Oidalhiza.
Oidalhiza. We are sending message back to Mito. It will arrive far before you do. You may go back to your village safely. The matter will reach Samira's ears.
Thank you. That will save me some time. Oh.
It will save you a single and a very dangerous walk. Next time, tell your village elders or whatever passes for a leadership to at least have the decency to send you with a sword or boots, a horse, anything. Even just a couple of men would be a couple of other men, people, women, whatever would be useful. Sending you alone is, well, precarious.
Well, it is getting a bit late. Is it okay if I camp with each of you tonight? The numbers will definitely scare away anything close.
Oh God, I do not trust this lady.
Mm-mm.
She's walking alone at night.
Do I have an idea of like her personality? Does she seem off at all?
If I was a paladin, I absolutely would have used divine sense by now.
Oh, you've played that trick on us before,
Oh, I absolutely have.
and I happened to just use divine sense out of the blue, and we still went in. But
Yeah.
vampire, remember?
Although that does make me think.
Said it was in the middle of the night, right?
It's not
Yeah.
in the middle of the night, but the sun had just set like 30 minutes ago.
Does her vision appear to be very good, seeing that you can see us that far away?
I mean, 60 feet's not that far, but yeah.
Well, if it was dark, you know, then.
Can I pull Kadir aside?
Yes.
Well, you don't sleep. Did
Fair.
you want to watch her?
Yes, I suppose. Very well. Well, assuming the rest of us are okay.
Well, as long as someone's watching her.
You'll see Orth give an odd look towards her, Nalra as well. You can be gone. Just make your way back. It's not that far. That road's safe. Oh. And taking like a step back, you'll hear Orth give the command to start setting camp.
All right. Is what it is then. There was probably something going on there anyhow.
Well, I did have a pretty good insight roll on it, didn't I? That's 22.
You can never be sure.
That's fair.
She might have been sincere, but could still be undead.
I mean, that's true. The mines could have been overrun. That doesn't have to be alive for her to be dangerous.
That's fair. Can we sleep now? Oh, can you sleep?
I cannot.
Well, I meant by you, I meant Krev and the other people that sleep.
I mean, we'll have to do.
What's
There's no
up,
dressers out here in the wilderness, but you know.
How you doing, bud?
I start making a dresser with my woodworking skills.
I was literally going to suggest it. I was literally.
Just get him
I
a
mean-
draw.
Yeah.
I mean,
seeing as we have a wagon, we should make a dresser on the wagon, right?
I mean, we do have a couple of barrels. I'm sure one is quite small for you, Krev.
Oh yes, that might just do fine.
I will continue making the spear for Rekid, the Umber spear.
All right. Well,
Yes.
what I will say for, just your reference, I will need your check from earlier during the travel today, since you had mentioned that you were sitting in the back just working away. I imagined you were working on that.
It was a 23. I did roll that. You can see it in the chat.
I do not see it from today.
It was not from today. It was from the last time we
well,
played.
That's why I don't see it. Okay, well then you do not need to work on that spear anymore. That is complete.
Ooh.
Well, you were working on the spearhead, the Umber Hulk like spearhead, and then attaching it to the quarterstaff.
Yes.
So
Uh,
that is done.
do I need to identify it, or do I know what it is?
For like the traits of it being like a +1/+1 or anything like that, you just need to do an investigation and give it like a look over after completing.
Sure. All right. Well, where was that earlier?
It is a +1/+1 spear.
Nice.
But
All right.
I will point out that you will be able to like make note that with the materials that you've applied to it, this may work out to hold more powerful arcane magic if you were to infuse it from the book that you've read.
Very nice. I will present it to Rekid.
Ooh. I'll do a fancy flourish with it outside. Just to kind of show it off. Oh, yes, this will do nicely. Thank you, Kadir.
Is that one of the mandibles from the Umber Hulk?
It certainly is. Who's speaking this?
Nalra.
Yes.
That's quite an excellent idea. I don't think that I would have even come across pondering that idea.
Well, the armor was quite difficult for us to pierce. I can only presume it has. I can only presume it has some very nice qualities for weapon and armor.
So was that a +1 or a +2 spear?
+1.
+1.
Okay.
And I will point out that eventually I will be revisiting my handiwork record.
Ooh, I can't wait to try it out, though.
Very much.
So does this replace the +1 quarterstaff then?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, because it was used in the construction. Okay.
So. Oh.
I was just gonna say I wasn't sure if there was gonna like be like dead air basically, but I will just need a check if you want to continue working on the new quarterstaff that you had started. That's still an incomplete project for you.
Yep, and that's exactly what I would do. And I will suggest to Krev, later that night. You're a smith, yes? I saw you purchasing the tools of a smithy.
Oh yes, I do smithing and masonry, as well as herbalism.
In the interest of working with one another, I believe we could use your skills. I am not yet a smithy, so I cannot make the necessary tool for runic inscriptions and magical natures, but I will be gaining this ability soon enough. I'm hard at reading, learning how to become this. In the meantime, though, our compatriot Onyx, would you be able to work on furnishing weapons for her?
Sure.
If we are to survive. I think we will need everything we can become.
Of course.
And that means working for each other.
Let me get this straight for a moment. You are a blacksmith who refuses to wear metal armor.
Yes.
Smart. Just checking.
I enjoy the craft.
I have been thinking of this since he was level 1.
Never partake in your own supply, right?
Yeah. I am fascinated by the
I was
tool.
literally just about to say that, Record.
I love making armor, but I refuse to wear it.
One day I will make armor that's not metal, but something better than your typical leather.
Well, that's a gentleman's one. I understand, Chris.
So my
Give me a D6 roll, please, Kadir.
Yep, there we go.
Okay. Just let me know when you start working on it.
As soon as the conversation is over with Krev.
So when would you like my assistance?
I'm sorry, who you're speaking to?
So you
Assistance on what?
making these weapons?
Well, are you a woodworker? I was not aware that you partook in the art.
Not wood. Well, of course, smithing and masonry, so stonework.
Yeah, once the work begins on the work begins on the implements, I will require your aid. But that is not the time. It is not this time yet.
All right. Let me know when.
Soon.
Time to go get some shut-eye. Or drawer shut.
Don't worry. We will seal the barrel after you enter.
Is he really gonna sleep in a drawer?
As long as you let me out.
No, if you're going in there, you're gonna have to get out on your own.
Well, if he's coming out as a wolf. I would listen to him if I were you.
Yes, if you want exploded barrel.
Or wolf.
That would be quite interesting to see, though.
And then shifts into direwolf.
Let's see you get into that dresser now.
So, question: if his legs and head broke through a barrel, and it was like around his body, would it count as armor? And it's not even metal armor.
I guess
It
it
counts.
depends on how big the barrel is. Because if it's too small, it might just burst totally, but maybe.
I telepathically tell him just, oh, you'll see.
Well,
No.
the good
correct.
thing about... Sorry, go ahead, Kadir.
Have you ever considered making armor for your animal forms?
No, actually.
That would be quite a sight.
Yes. Good idea.
That'd be quite complicated. Then, like, mid combat, switch to animal form. That have to put on my armor. Wait 10 minutes.
Well, maybe craft armor that grows with the animal. Like, you would typically get barding for a horse. I'm sure you could make it for a dire wolf.
Furiously writes down idea for magic item.
It should definitely be a magic item, yes. But I guess I
An
can
item
work.
that expands with the body.
Yeah, I'll just say, like, out of character, that would definitely have to be, like, a magic item type of thing.
Yeah. Stretchy leather, I was hoping, but...
Spandex.
Yeah.
Sick. Well, so I'll go. I'll take my nat 1 now. Thanks.
Okay. Orith was just gonna say as you were continuing, like, that's kind of the luxuriousness of being a higher ranking officer. You can have the others keep out a watch. At least In what order you wish to be done. And then those two will return to the tents that were set up, leaving the campfire. Kadir, as you return to the wagon and begin your woodworking, as you are pressing against like the quarterstaff and kind of trying to hold it down in like a vice like object, while you're whittling it and to get it to just take that nice shape and mold, it comes loose and hits you in the forehead.
I'm presuming taking damage. Or is the damage only done to my pride?
I would say it's just done to your pride. But as like it hits you, your vision gets like a bit hazy, and as like for a moment like you kind of just like stumble just a tad bit, and when you kind of close your eyes and to attempt to regain focus, you open them back up, finding yourself in the Void Heart tomb. You see a couple of torches lit leading down a hall to where you can see a bright light coming from within. You continue forth, following where this light is coming from. You can see it glowing brighter in a greenish color, then fading to be quite dim. Once making your way into the hall, you take a look around. You notice a large skeleton-like creature stands before you. As it grabs a club, you'll see the flesh grow over it and take form. You'll know it to be the Goblin King that you had discovered when here long ago. And as its flesh dissipates, turning back to bone, then back to flesh, and back to bone, you'll see it eventually turn into a green sludge. And as the light grows bright and dimmer, the sludge moves towards you, eventually climbing your body and forcing its way down your throat. As your eyes give off a greenish hue, your vision becomes hazy, spinning around until it becomes unnotable of what you are seeing. Eventually comes to a stop where you find a pile of bones wrapped in rotting cloth. You'll notice that some of the pieces in the bones are the remaining clothing from Shang. As you grab a piece of the cloth, you'll get a greenish hue in the eyes once more. Eventually, as you close your eyes and open them back up, you find yourself back in the wagon. Your tools down at your feet as you're leaning against one of the seats and just up against the side of the wagon. You can see that the quarterstaff has barely any work done to it. You can hear some of the conversations going on outside as some are saying goodnight. You haven't been out for too long, but it does seem like quite a while.
I put the staff down. And I'm going to be on watch for the rest of the night.
Just gonna leave the quarterstaff at its state?
Yep, just leave it in the wagon.
Got it.
Where was I when I first entered Voidheart? Was that in the Niacima Mountains?
Just north, on the north side of the Niacima Mountains. Like, towards, like, where the range begins.
Cool, so like 20 miles away. Nice.
Other than that, the rest of the night is uneventful. So as each of you begin to wake back up here, hearing a bit of commotion going about amongst the camp and then beginning to smell some breakfast being cooked. You'll hear a ring being let out, a bell being rung, echoing over the camp, signaling that breakfast is ready, and basically a wake-up call for the rest that are sleeping too long.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do I smell rabbit? Not that I'm sleeping, but
Well, once you wake up from the bell, go ahead and give me a perception check. See if you smell rabbit.
the most important role of the game. Damn it!
You do not. You just smell a mixed aroma of meats and other things.
Well, good morning. Who's the chef here? No, I'm kidding. Trace eats what's served for him.
It could be Jeeves.
Oh, could be.
If that is true, this would be known.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Kadir, can you give me a con save, please?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
You feel your stomach, like, turn. It's like it's flip-flopping. You feel a bit nauseous.
So, how did everyone sleep last night? Did anyone see our what is it? Our Lady of the Road? What was her name? Hoda Hilda something?
I don't know.
Weren't you watching her?
She was not here. She was sent back along the road.
Oh, yes.
I don't think so, no.
I didn't see her. I was a little busy bonding with the spear here.
Ah, yes. A man and his spear, a tale as old as time.
You really gotta get that feeling on your chest, you know? Just gotta rub it in.
Oh my. I dare say.
Just me? That's fine.
Well, I am very happy to make you happy. What can I say?
Well,
Ugh. You see Orth come walking up. Nalra falling behind. Ugh. Did you wake up your driver yet?
Yeah. Let us we'll wake up Jeeves.
Yeah, he has a name.
No.
so, is it too early to... Well, actually, it'll take time for my messenger to reach Mito. I guess I can get working on that now. What message do we want to send? I can send 25 words.
Mines to northwest of Mido overrun. Undead.
Messenger from whatever town. 10 nudes times 12.
It's like, can you imagine receiving that by a carrier pigeon? It's like, who the fuck sent this?
You that gip?
Uh,
Alright.
I can only imagine what's on that papyrus.
Why don't you just tell him it's from us? As Orth gestures between himself and Nalra.
We could do that, but they might be concerned as to why we went so far out of route.
To avoid the desert, just as you suggested, seemed like a good plan to us. Yes, that would be quite dreadful. It only will add a week at most to our travels.
So that just seemed kind of off to me, telling her that we went to the mines when we didn't.
No, but we did not say that. Just
You say that we received word, and the word was
Alright.
given to us. It's not that difficult.
Word from what town was she from again?
I don't know.
Hockenbaum.
I was hardly listening.
Yes. That tracks.
All right.
Something about bone men.
Oh no. Help. Danger in the zone. Send more men immediately to the bone zone.
And we're still sending a runner as well, right?
If we are sending a messenger pigeon, I would hardly believe it necessary. Plus, I do feel uneasy after meeting that woman yesterday.
So I'm at 20 words. 20 words now. Just saying, we received word from the northern towns that the mines in the northwest of Mito are overrun by undead.
How many words was that?
20.
How many do you have?
25.
If you want to add send nudes, one on both sides.
It'll definitely give it that, like, what's that? Official quality.
It's
Maybe we should list who this is from. You know?
Sure. We don't need to micromanage this that hard. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. I just tried to type it out so I know that I'm not going over too bad. But yeah, basically that's the gist. Telling them that the mines to the northwest of Mito are overrun, and this message is from. What's our name again? Our group? Did we even tell her the name of our group?
just
Mm-mm.
I mean, you can say
From the party heading to Lahles.
you can say the Lahles party, the corn snake, the corn silk rats guild, or just Kadir and company, whatever you want to say.
Yeah. 1st Battalion heading to Lahles. Whatever.
The
Yeah,
Lahles battalion,
that's fine.
whatever you want to say. It,
Yeah.
I
any
would
of
put
it
First
tracks.
Battalion heading.
All right.
to Illinois.
So yeah, I find a bird and I'm ritually casting this spell, the Animal Messenger. And what?
What did you say?
I'm ritually casting Animal Messenger to send this message.
Okay. Okay, I didn't hear animal. I
he
heard
needs
a
to find
different
an
type of
animal.
messenger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will laugh so hard if somebody back's like, "Hey, a bird," and then it kills it. And
The lady on the road.
it's like she turns into a hag and then just pounces on it.
But of course, sending it to Samira.
Anything else? And then we can continue on after everyone, gets their food and breaks down camp and continue on the path. The one that you drew, just have it on a different layer.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll just pack up my shit and get going.
Right. Heading out near 7:30 in the morning. About an hour into your journey, can each of you give me a perception check?
Yes, sir. Show me potato salad. Oh yeah.
Kool-Aid drinking.
Perception time. Perception time.
Welcome to the
Ah.
14 Club.
Nice.
Nice rolls. So each of you spot about maybe a half a mile or less, maybe just even a quarter of a mile off to your north, a circle of birds, or birds flying in a circle. I mean, from the pattern, you would know these to be vultures.
Very well.
Somebody did.
Death on the horizon.
Interesting. We should be careful.
Yes.
Could be a rabbit.
No. Rabbit is the most majestic creature in the world.
I meant the dead one, not the whatever killed it.
Hey Kyle, how many vultures?
Looks to be about a dozen.
A dozen vultures should be big. Perhaps a large beast, or, well,
Or lots of small things. Jesus
so-
here, right?
is
Yes, I'm right
Wow.
here, Master Kadir.
All right.
we could break off and investigate?
We should.
I mean, it's close enough. Yeah, it's probably fine.
What time of day is it?
It is just an hour after you had set out, so it
Oh, right,
will
yeah.
be 8:30.
I think we should go investigate.
Agreed.
All right.
Well, look,
Yeah.
just head up that way, and we'll continue on. We're gonna stay out of Unzader. We're not gonna march any forces of this size into that small town. Maybe looked at as an act of war. But you should be able to just make a slight, diagonal path and find us back on the road, no problem.
Very well. We will see you soon.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which isn't a lot.
Yes, that does leave a very wide berth of actions that are quite dangerous.
Well,
All right.
if we're making our way there, then I guess let's get going. Jeeves will kind of turn the reins of the wagon and again just continuing on north, heading off the road.
Nice.
Not too long after heading off the road, roughly about 45 minutes, you will see about 6, 8, and then on vultures on the ground, and you will see about a half a dozen more up in some trees as you're making your way. After you pass through a little bit of a tree line. Go ahead.
I would like to know, do they appear to be real animals? Like, do they act normally?
What kind of... I guess,
Animal handling?
yeah, animal handling check.
Sure. Ah,
Yes, it
11.
seems quite normal.
okay.
And after making your way through the tree line, the first thing that each of you will spot is a on the verge of bit of decomposing going on of a giant spider.
Ooh.
We should peruse the area. I would Trace. Would you have a once look over for me?
Yes.
I gave you guidance and advantage.
Yeah, I just like stuff around the area looking for like more spiders, I guess, or whatever I can find.
No, give him pointers beforehand.
Okay, well, if you're gonna stealth around, go ahead and give me a stealth check. Nice roll.
Perception, I assume, right?
And then, a perception check.
Ugh.
You do have guidance.
Yep, I figured you were saving the guidance for this.
Holy fuck. Yeah. Damn it. Oh, 13th, though.
So as you're making your way away, I'm obviously away from the rest of the party, as each of the rest of you are kind of holding back in the tree line. You make your way up towards where you see the spider trace. The first thing that catches your attention is just the smell of death and the rotting flesh. But more specifically, this does not give that familiar smell of a dead spider that you're kind of used to with your forest and wooden background. I assume you've come across at least one or two in your time. This smells like a dead human nearby. As you give a look around, you'll notice a chunk of flesh on the ground beginning to rot, and then next to it, just about 1 to 2 foot away, the skeletal remains of a humanoid.
Oh. I just quickly look over and see if there's any, like, I don't know, items, trinkets, papers, anything, armor left to identify who it was.
Fortunately, there is not. The only thing that you will notice is that the skin that is rotting, like the flesh that's there, has a bit of a darker complexion.
Is there any way to tell if a skeleton is real? Like by, I don't know, medicine or something?
If it's a girl?
Drow.
It's real, I thought you said?
Oh.
A drow.
Oh,
Like a dark elf.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check, yeah.
$14.
So, being a bit more familiar with the elves and their different brethren that roam about, this does seem to have quite the resemblance to a drow. You would also pick up from looking over the remains that this particular drow was beaten, battered, and seems to even have cuts like down into the bone, as you can see some of the markings indicating breaks and fractures. But you'll also even be able to pick up that this thing was skinned and the flesh is just next to it.
Lovely. I returned to my party and share the news. Did you just a thematic question, I would call it? Spiders, are they like in league with the drows in your world, or?
You can give me a history check for that.
I'm really good at that, so awesome.
I give advantage.
$11.
Yeah, from some of the books that you've read and some of the stories that you've heard, they seem to be pretty much hand in hand.
Interesting. Seeing grow this level is kind of bad, I guess. But they were killed by something. Oh. He was killed by something.
And then skinned, you say?
Yeah.
This sounds more like, well, that is a strong element of hatred for someone else. At the very least, we know whoever did this was humanoid in nature, or at the very least intelligent.
That's true.
This perhaps was the site of a battle.
Does it appear so? We must be able to tell. I mean, if there's a lot of footsteps and I don't know.
Yes, it would have been marred with heavier footsteps, perhaps loose arrows.
Yeah, exactly. Can we tell, Kyle? Has there been a battle here?
From the elements that you can kind of pick up, you can not find any trace of a battle.
Okay.
Yeah. We should, if there's nothing here, perhaps we should regroup.
That is fair. Let's do that.
All right. Well, Jeeves, we are back to the group now. We make for outside Unzadar.
And Jeeves will reply, "Yes, Master Kadir, right away." No. Then wait for you all to get aboard the wagon, and then also for Rekka to get on Brago, and then make their way back towards the road. Sure enough, you do see the semi-large force making their way up the road, and you can reconvene with the guild members from the Wheat Civet.
And by the way, for any time we're on the road, I'll be working at the staff again.
Okay, I was just waiting for you to bring it back up because I wasn't sure if you wanted to touch it yet. So go ahead and give me your woodworking check for the day, and we'll get you to your endpoint.
Nice. 23.
Good roll. Okay, and then I will move you to about where you'd be at the end of the day. I'm guessing staying a decent way away from Unzader, as you had mentioned, and as Orth and Nalro agreed and also suggested themselves. Because your path like goes kind of like in it and a little below it, so I wasn't sure. It's a big marker.
Well, so are we still making our way to Lahles? Is that still the plan here?
I'm not really sure now. I mean, there's a lot of danger signs at the moment around here, right? Undead, drows, spiders. I mean,
I feel like the war is the most urgent effort right now.
that is
Well,
fair.
I do have a question though. How big is Unzadar? Is it a large town? Do they perhaps have any shops or access to anything we can purchase? It might be a good place to offload our haul.
Have any black market jewelers looking for gems, by any chance?
Oh no black markets. I'm sure it just gems have value.
True.
Nothing that I'm familiar with. I mean, it's a bit of a smaller village. I'd say maybe 500, 550. Mainly elf there. You'll find some humans and gnomes, but not that large.
I didn't point this out, but I was intending to have that conversation on our way back to the group. I didn't know that we had reconvened.
Oh, I apologize. I was jumping ahead then. So, I'll leave it to you guys.
I would make a history check to know the same then.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
But I think you're right, both Trev and Kadir. I think we should head to Lahles.
Unfortunately, you're not too sure. You just know it to be a smaller village.
Well, if I know it's a village, then I guess not interested. All right, so let's go around and continue going to Lahles.
Yeah, boy.
I must say, I'm hoping for something exciting to happen. This trip will indeed be very dull, if it is just us plodding along along the road.
That's fair. But
Not
hey,
sure what exactly would be willing to take you all on. Besides, like, not like in like a fighting manner. Like, I've got what I call random encounters still, but
We've got a mini battalion with us, so it's kind of
it's not like a pack of goblins is gonna come out and try to fuck you guys up.
maybe a dick-headed hobgoblin.
bring it.
Challenges us to an honor duel. I could actually see that happening.
Or at least
Oh,
just let me know if you guys are meeting back up with the rest of them, and then just staying about where I've placed the marker.
Yeah, I assume we're catching up, and then just keep going. I'm going to keep my eyes in the direction of the spiders and so on. I know we're far away from them now, but still, just to see if there's anything that's like chasing or whatever.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
9. Well,
You
17.
don't see
but
anything.
Good. Not seeing anything is good news.
Alright, so what I will do is go ahead and get Kadir's woodworking check for the night. This would be your last one needed for your new quarterstaff.
Good luck.
And then what I will do from that point is just move along until we are held back up.
Who disappeared?
I guess he disappeared, so I'll just kind of count it. What? Oop.
Oh, did we lose Michael?
I believe so.
I think so.
There he is. Hello?
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
The prodigal son
I
returns.
I'll need 2 woodworking checks from you. At this point where we're at.
Our internet basically went out.
And guidance for both.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I actually don't need 2. I just needed 1 because then it would be complete. So
18.
Alright, that quarterstaff is complete. Give me your investigation if you want to check it out. It is a regular quarterstaff. You can see where the beginning markings were. You had an idea, but then kind of started seeming to, I guess, go in another direction.
Unfortunate.
But if you want to, continue another one, we can go from there. If not, what I will do is I will move you along into what would be, that's April 17th, and then, for the day, and then into April 18th.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were asking me?
Yeah, I just said like if you want to start another one, like feel free. But other than that, I'm just gonna keep moving you along to like the next thing.
Nope. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start trying to fashion the Umber Hulk, Umber Hulk material into shield.
Okay. That will be leatherworking.
And I would like to do so through the use of leather straps. I have hide armor, which should have no small amount of leather on it. And I'll break down the hide armor into into a series of leather straps. Braiding them in together, and adding in the buckles and latches so that I can add it to a plate to make it an Umber Hulk plate and make it into a shaped shape the plate itself into a shield.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I will say as you kind of like begin your work on this, you'll notice that this isn't gonna take you very long. It is just a bit of kind of like stretching and forming it into the shape that you actually want, but this will only be about a day's work.
Okay. $25.
Okay, let me check my table real quick. Go ahead and make your investigation check.
And D4. Eek, 12.
It's definitely a bit odd, but you'll know that just like the hardened material from the chitin from this Umber Hulk, it's going to work a bit better than just a regular shield. You have made a +1 shield.
Nice. Equipping.
Is it green?
No.
Oh.
Kadir.
So I had 75, just to keep track. I had 75 pounds of Umber Hulk plates. About how much have I spent?
From the spear and then now also the shield, it has been about 15 pounds. Of, like, just kind of rounding down.
Nice. Okay.
Give me a con save. So, after the completion, towards like the end of the day on April 18th, after your completion of the shield, your stomach has just been continuously bothering you. While you're still inside the wagon, you feel a bit of cold sweats beginning. Your head becomes a bit, forehead becomes a bit damp. You can feel it, some of it being absorbed by the turban, and then your stomach flop, and you just can't hold it back anymore, and you begin to vomit. A spew of green sludge is expelled from your mouth and spattering onto the floor of the wagon.
There's vomit on his sweater already.
Oh my.
Mom's spaghetti.
That's disgusting, Kadir.
Touch it. My spaghetti.
I will not touch it. It is. I apologize. I use prestidigitation and I shuffle it out of the wagon.
Just blame it on the horse. It's fine.
Horse eats it.
Ah.
Kadir, are you okay? You sound like shit.
I'm doing very well, Jeeves. I am sure everything is okay. I speak to Krev, preferably in private, and I ask him, and I mention to him, I am wondering if perhaps I have an ailment. Would you be willing to check me over?
All right. I'll check it out. Is that medicine?
Yep.
Got it.
Medicine check, please.
Not bad. 24.
And you can see where he looks like a bit ill, but nothing out of the ordinary. After you check a few points here and there, whatever was ailing Kadir seems to have passed.
Yes, it seems you've gotten the sick out of you already. You should be feeling better soon, I think.
Yes, here's hoping.
Eat something bad?
To be perfectly honest, I had a waking nightmare. Something from my past. It was an awful nightmare from deep in the void heart.
From
There's
kind of like that place we were in before, with that entrance to hell.
well, yes, except perhaps a bit deeper.
Yeah, sounds about right. Well, you have those
As
dreams
long
often?
as no, just this once. As long
you've never
as
had that before.
well, yes, I have. There's a reason I no longer sleep.
Oh. But you were sleeping this time.
Yes, I believe so.
Do you just fall asleep, like, uncontrollably, or were you intentionally sleeping?
This was not intentional, but I did not even think of this. How odd it is that I would have gone back to sleep. After I have not slept for well over a week and I am perfectly fine, and all of a sudden I will think on this.
Do you think your lack of sleep makes the dreams more predominant when you do sleep?
I do not know. The DM is telling me that I was not sleeping, but I believe I was, so fuck it.
Every once in a while I can get in on this fun, but it's not very often. So when their time presents itself, I gotta jump on it.
Yeah, the meme team assemble.
Well, we'll just have to keep an eye on it, I guess.
I suppose
If you
that is all we
find
can do.
yourself getting dreary, just let us know and we can watch over you.
I will. If it happens again, I will make sure to chuck off of the wagon.
Yes, well, we'll see. But if you feel the need to drowse, well, let us know, and if need be, we can stop for a moment.
Thank you, Krev, but I will not hold us back.
Well, anyways, you should feel better soon.
I have nothing else to add. So we're still on the road back to Lahles?
Yep, unless otherwise instructed by you all. And
Uh,
until then, I'm just gonna keep moving forward until something else happens.
Yeah, I think we're good to keep going.
hmm.
I will continue to move on in 3, 2. Last call.
Yep, I'm good.
All right. So the next day, uneventful, and then about here, can all of you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, thank God. Finally, a good fucking roll.
Wisdom save we're good at. Well, not Onyx yet.
Oh,
Apparently,
shit.
wisdom saves we're
Everyone's
good at.
All right. So, with that, what we will do is go ahead and take our break and find out what this roll was for when we get back.
Fireball!
Wisdom saving throw.
That's a deck save, buddy.
I know.
Oh,
But we'll be right back. No more than 5 minutes. Wreck it if you need a couple of extra minutes. Totally understand. You know,
Oh, thank you.
baby and stuff.
The babby.
what?
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's a baby, and he picks it up, and then he gets distracted. You know how it goes. Anyways, we'll be right back. See you all shortly. All right, and we're back. So, as each of you have rolled your wisdom save already, as we are midday on April 20th, following along the river, making your way back towards Lahles. Each of you will. I'm catching an echo.
Yeah, I think it's coming from Mike.
I'll turn my volume down, see if that helps.
I was like, is that for me? And I was like checking my audio, but I couldn't tell. Each of you will feel a bit of like a looming, like watching over each of you. And as each of you look up, you will see a pair of yellow eyes, quite large, just looming above you. You'll see it blink once, and then the pupil turns into a vertical in shape, kind of that vertical slit down. And then as it blinks again, focusing on each of you, taking a quick look around, you will then see it vanish.
Ooh.
Trace, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Can. Perception? 18.
You hear what sounds to be a tapping on glass. Ping, 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 ping.
What direction? Up, down, left,
It's
right?
coming from within your bag.
I look in my bag.
Following the noise, you will see Jade ramming its face against the glass.
I take out Jade. What's wrong, little friend?
Still just appears to be striking, never opening its mouth, just like moving its head forward in a quickened manner.
Question.
I cast sleep on Jade.
Do you want me to speak with Jade?
Oh, I have. I have. I always forget. I have about primeval awareness. You have an
Okay.
innate ability to communicate with beasts, and they recognize you as a kindred spirit. Blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
okay. I speak with animals, just...
Yeah, I have primeval awareness. It's basically the same. I'm a ranger after all. Do I know what's wrong with her?
Give me an animal handling check.
$15.
Definitely does not seem to be acting as a snake would. Almost. It's very abnormal. You're not able to like quite put your thumb on it of exactly what is wrong, but you can definitely tell that something is wrong.
That's
Question.
very
What kind
strange.
of eyes were looking at us, or did we all see this?
Yes, you all saw it.
What kind of eyes were they? Were they like slit down the middle, or
Oh.
okay, like snake eyes?
Yeah, I would say that's a safe assumption.
Oh boy. I seem to remember feeling like this has happened before. Oh no.
And we'll point out as you all kind of look around, taking everything in, it doesn't seem that any of the others have noticed.
Oh boy. Do you all remember how, oh god. I shouldn't even say this.
Just say it.
I write something on paper, and I hold it up to all of you, individually. And what it says is, we are being watched by the 1T. They are using scry on us.
What?
That's what I assumed.
The remember how we, and then I write down again. You remember how we used scry on them? They're doing it back.
Interesting.
Wow,
Stalking the stalker.
that's not good.
No,
I-
it is
I
not.
guess- I guess they know we're coming.
Well, they want to know where we are specifically, which means that they must perceive us as some kind. Again, writing this down on paper.
As a threat.
Yes.
Why is this the first time this has happened? We've been gone
Well,
for a while.
Maybe it's the first time we notice it.
Maybe. Could
Well,
would we have noticed they've done that before?
I would say that the only one that had kind of caught this feeling in the past had actually been Trace.
Hmm.
The rest of you were, you know, taking like your turn orders or your sleeping and stuff, and Kadir from his things.
I was still sleeping at that
Yeah,
point.
I think it happened in the tower as well a few weeks back.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Could I,
And he threw a knife at it.
Yep.
Yep.
He didn't tell us about us. About any of
Oh,
that.
that's what that was.
could I write something back?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I'm assuming all of you are communicating by like note,
Yeah,
and
we are.
obviously, like we can't make it. You know, just typing it out. That's not very fun. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, I used my thieves' cant, but like, I can only. I guess I'm not a thief, so it makes no sense. But
Yeah.
yeah.
so writing in back, I would say we could use this to our advantage if we play it right.
Question: Are we alone right now, or are the 50 men we're bringing back nearby?
this is midday. You guys are just like we're moving along, and then after this, pretty much just like going off by yourself, I'd imagine, and just kind of like walking, talking.
When the
Scribbling.
eyes came up, were the troops near?
Yes, everyone was like kind of in like a formation, making their way.
I'm going to put back a message to the group. They know we're coming. They know we have men.
So
Wait.
what we could
What do you
do?
mean they know we have men? Because technically, even if they're scrying for us, that doesn't mean that they can tell that we have men, can it?
So I remember I did roll Arcana to know the details of Scry and how it worked, and yes, you see the person and what's around them.
Oof.
We
Oof.
we can make them think we're coming from a different direction.
Yes, that would be possible. But the fact that they know that we are armed and armored, that we have our own platoon, this will not be a surprise to them anymore.
Right, but we might as well have them shore up the defenses in the wrong part of the city.
Yes, perhaps we could use it this way.
So let's say they're very observant. They can tell we're traveling in an eastward direction. We could make them think we're coming from somewhere like, I don't know, Luton or Luton, however that's pronounced on the map.
It is unlikely that they recognize this land. If they've been gone for hundreds or thousands of years, they will not recognize where we are. However, I do like your points.
So I suggest they might be able to tell our direction of travel based on the shadows and the time of day.
Oh, yes. Oh. Ever so clever. So, and at this point, I'm not even writing. I'm just using artifact illusions. I tap the paper, and the words appear. So it's like, it's quick.
I would like to take up Jade again. Does it appear like you said she was banging against the glass, right?
Yep.
In a certain direction?
No, when you grabbed her, like it was just like striking out and randomness.
I feed her a mouse.
I mean, just like a minute at most goes past, like, you know, Jade begins acting normal, constricts, begins to eat the mouse.
Well, I mean, in a very, very strange way. I guess I have a scry detecting device right here.
At least for the 1T.
Yeah.
Or perhaps not. At any rate, we should be careful about what we say and where we say it.
Indeed.
If we get closer to the town, perhaps we could use their scrying ability to make it seem like we attack from one direction when we attack from another. But this will also require them to use the ability, so we will see.
Yeah. I pull out a few. I assume I have like all kinds of things in my backpack. I have some spider web still. I'm going to fasten like Jade to the side of my belt instead of my back, so she's closer by.
Ooh, what kind would that be?
Well, I have spiders still.
Yeah,
so
I'm just wondering what kind of check that would be to see how long it would take you to do it. So I like the idea. Just give me a, like, we'll just call it a sleight of hand check for now. See if you can, like, kind of weave it without getting your hand stuck.
That makes sense. Light or handy. 22.
Yeah, while your fingers get, like, you know, kind of like stuck here and there, it's just gonna take you, you know, an hour to 2 hours max to be able to get this to the exact way that you want it.
Nice. Oh, I should have a detect your T scrying device now.
Esther, Kadir, Lady Onyx, you all are falling behind.
Yes. Well, I'll catch up.
The deception could be as simple as having a false conversation that would lead them to believe we're coming from somewhere we want them to think we're coming from.
Yeah, but they're not scrying on us right now, right? So we need to be prepared for when they do next time.
Oh, I guess I didn't catch the detail that they're not currently scrying anymore.
No, I assume that we know when they're scrying due to Jade acting weird, and Jade no longer acts weird. Is that safe to assume, Kyle?
Maybe, maybe not.
Damn it.
My personal suggestion: begin. If this happens again, perhaps hold a conversation in a language that they are likely to know, but that they wouldn't likely understand, or that they are likely to know that we would, but that they would be likely to understand. Perhaps Elvish.
Oh, Elvish is
even
a
if
good
they
language.
don't, even if they don't understand it, they would likely cast comprehend language to learn whatever it is you speak. A wizard of that caliber would not be caught without having that spell.
Is comprehend language a concentration spell?
It is not.
Oh, damn it.
I like that idea, though. Pretend we're protecting a real secret.
Yes. But this is for the future.
Yes.
So yeah, well, I guess we'll continue along our way now.
All right, well, as you kind of catch back up, you'll hear Jeeves pipe up. Lady Onyx, Master Krev, a word.
Yes.
It does seem that Orth and Nora had been a bit worried of exactly what's the plan when making it to Lahles. We're just 3 days away, and, well, perhaps one of you should speak with them. If, for all I know, they could just run in blindly and begin attacking.
Yes. I'm kind of surprised they didn't receive any direction from Samira. Well, I guess Samira was relying on us.
Perhaps they have a plan of their own. I don't know. They just had brought it to my attention.
What did they say?
They were wondering what your intentions were upon arriving.
Well, I guess we'll have to meet with them before we get there.
Lady Onyx, do you trust them?
No, I'd say not.
I am worried that the help that Bragdar had sent us to get will not be as much help as he had hoped. And this may not
Right.
be enough.
Well, this is just the first wave. This is not the only reinforcements we're getting. This is just the first party rushing.
War is dangerous, and we are making our way about in a safer manner, but one that does take more time. Who knows what's happened since we've been gone? I hoped that Master Bragdar and Sir Venus and Sir Riffinral are quite alright.
Yes. I hope so too. How many miles are we from Lahles?
Roughly 90.
Okay. When we're 50, I can do another animal messenger.
Alright, that'll be about like a day and a half-ish.
Cool.
So then, well, it's time to set camp, but I'll leave it to you. I'm sure they'll be accepting and open arms to hear from any one of you.
Yes. Well. So, guys, we need to come up with a game plan for our reinforcements, I guess. They don't think we have a plan.
Well,
Not really sure, to be honest.
I mean, I thought it was pretty clear that to be reinforcements against the Yuan-Ti.
yes, but we have not been in several weeks at this point. There are unknowns at play.
I guess
A scout
I
would
would-
help.
maybe we have them wait outside the city before we speak with Bragdar.
I am inclined to Rekid's idea. I like the idea of sending someone as a scout. Perhaps Trace. We sent him ahead merely to see if the city still stands, if there are guards at the gate. We know not what these 1T would have done.
Yes,
It
makes
would
sense.
it would also be wise to send an animal messenger. If you receive a positive response from Bragdar, then we should move forward to incline a meeting with him. But if we march the troops directly into the city, it could be an act of war. We should incline him to a meeting outside of the city.
At the very least, we have to figure out if we're combating the sieged or the CG.
Yes.
My animal messenger is a one-way ticket, so if they don't have a way to communicate back, we won't hear from them until we get there.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I would love to do some scouting, but I prefer to do that at night. It would be to my advantage.
Yes.
Yes. Bragdar has other ways of sending us messages. All we
Yes.
need to say is that it is mention who it is. We have brought reinforcements, and that we would like to meet outside of the city.
They may.
In the meantime, Trace can scout.
We'll see what it looks like. If it's overrun, they may not be able to meet us outside the city.
Yes. In which case, Trace's scouting will come back as a negative, and we will have to decide action from there. If Lahles is lost, then I know not where to go from there.
True.
If Lahles is lost, we may be giving up.
How
I
close
don't
are
know
we?
about that.
How close are we now? Are we 90 miles away, right?
Lahles does not make us who we are. We make Lahles what it is. What do you mean?
Regardless, I think
Well,
Samira wants to run Lahles, so I would think she would want us to recapture it, even if it was overrun.
yes, but we would have to wait for her troops in order to make such a conquest.
Oh yes, if it's completely overrun, there's no point in taking it with this.
I mean, just imagine how many, like, we saw all those people that wanted to get into the guild, like all the orcs and so on. There's some pretty powerful people around there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
They must have resisted, right?
Right.
It may even be that only a portion of the city has been taken, or
Yeah, exactly.
none at
That's what I
all.
was thinking. Yeah.
Sure. From what
Until
it
we are
seems,
there, we do not know.
The Yuan-Ti numbers seemed quite many, though, and they were somewhat formidable.
Yeah, but that will also tell us a lot, right? Because if the UNT took the city easy, then maybe we just need to get the hell out of here.
Yes.
The
Although
only
it has
other
been quite a
option,
bit of time.
if there has been another, if Lahles has been taken, perhaps we must retreat to Goldshire.
But another thing to consider, right, is seeing as they are scrying us, they must be worried about us, right?
Maybe. Well,
I
if
mean-
they had overrun Lahles completely, I would have imagined they would have taken Goldshire next, or the neighboring cities. Since we haven't seen any yet of the Yuan-Ti, I think it's safe to assume that it's unlikely they've overrun Lahles.
Speaking of, we've passed the desert. We have entered the forest. We no longer need the river. We could just cross directly down to Goldshire, and
Yes.
down to the main road. This would shave perhaps even days off our time.
I actually think that's pretty wise. So seeing as this Goldshire is so close to Lahles, maybe they have some information as well. I mean, maybe they heard something. Maybe
Oh,
someone has escaped.
I agree.
Just a thought, though, comrades. The timing of their scrying is curious, don't you think?
How do you mean?
Why wait now? And why us? How long has it been since we've left Lahles?
How would they know to still scry us?
Do we have a spy? A mole?
Well, they've been scrying us before. How did they learn that we were important enough to continue scrying upon? Is my...
We were ones that killed their soldiers.
How would they know?
Could have been coincidence, but maybe not.
There were no survivors that I am aware.
What
Except-
about the ones when we first met them in the sewers, when we ran?
Yes, but we were nobodies. They would have thought of us as nobodies.
Well, there's only a handful of people that knew we left Lahles for the sole purpose of returning with an army.
I understand that feeling, Christian.
Unless maybe they interrogated, if they did overrun the city, interrogated the officers of the guild.
Yes, that is my fear.
Just something to consider. Not every face we meet between here and there is necessarily friendly.
Or maybe they
Yes.
interrogated people in Goldshire.
We need to cross down to Goldshire. I agree on this much. It will save time, and it will save time for us, and
maybe
perhaps
we'll
even
find
gain
news.
us information.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sure they will have messengers from Lahles to get the current updates in
More than
Goldshire.
likely. And I think that we should focus on what is, not what isn't. And I think if the city is overrun, that we take it back because we make Lahles what it is, and the people make Lahles what it is, not these 1T.
You are bold. If a city can be conquered, well,
It can always be taken back.
well, I am.
Lahles is not lost until we are. Until we lie dead in the ground. And I don't see myself in the ground too soon, do you, Kadia?
I am 1 foot in as always, but I
Well,
suppose the other foot can always pull us out.
Of course.
Is that the reference to your dreams?
That was doctor-patient confidentiality. How dare you? HIPAA! HIPAA!
That does not exist in this world.
I would like to use my action to sue Krev for malpractice.
Nice.
Roll for a public defender.
It's like, what is that, a D100?
I believe so. It's just luck of the draw. So I'm gonna keep the path that you had originally drawn. But after sleeping and about this location on the night of the 20th, the morning of the 21st, if you're planning to head to Goldshire, just let me know.
We speak to the civets. And more or less state the same that we just came upon. We submit our plan, animal messenger followed by scout, but also that we change our direction to dip down to Goldshire, perhaps getting information, and also to hit the main road.
Do we
Are you
plan
saying
on?
we're
Kadia, do you know any way of protecting against scrying? Is there any feasible way to avoid it?
There is, if you are a wizard.
I look at Rekit.
I am.
Don't worry, I am working on my tinfoil hat as we speak.
Good, good.
Are you saying we give these plans to the reinforcements that are questioning the plan?
Yes. I wanted to go talk to the civets to get them to reroute as well. Because if we just change route, that doesn't mean that they will. They'll just keep walking.
Yes, I agree.
Do we plan on revealing that we believe the enemy to know that we're coming now?
Absolutely not.
Maybe I should see if I can get a fast horse in Goldshire. Would make my scouting more effective if I can get a really I don't know, a one-time horse.
Can't you go as fast as a horse now? Don't you have cunning action?
Nope.
Oh, you only have one level rogue. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, as each of you make your way over towards the Wheat Civet officers, Orth and Nalra, Nalra will speak up. It's nice to see each of you. What can I do for this evening?
Rabbit, please.
I'm sure that the chef has had some rabbit come in by now. We've been on the road for, not the road, but on our path for a couple of days. Perhaps some of the scouting parties have found such things.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
We are on familiar ground now. To the south of us is the Metapon Forest, and beyond that, the city of Goldshire. We have not been to Lahles in some time. We submit that we would like to change our route, dipping down to the Goldshire to gain information. Also, upon reaching Lahles, we would submit that we should wait near the city on the other side of the river to get Bragdar to agree for a meet to bring us into the city as reinforcements. In the meantime, we will have Trace, our very best scout, steep ahead and check out what is actually going on in the city, so as to protect ourselves with armor of information.
Well,
Orth,
yes.
Nara, would this be agreeable to you?
Well, Samira had mentioned attempting getting Bragdar to step down. Though, we thought it'd be a good idea just to make sure that we were on the same page. If you plan to do it diplomatically, then that's
Yes.
not my favorite way, but probably the smartest.
Probably, and we should probably wait till Samira is here.
Yes. Well, we will attempt to get him to. We will attempt to get him to step down. Your actions are yours, but yes, I very much intend to be diplomatic.
Well, to be forthright, Samira had asked that we attempt to gain as much information as possible. If you wish for us to set a post outside and across from the river, then we may be able to send some assistance with your friend in order to bring back some extra intelligence.
Yes.
Well, at night I would prefer to be alone, but that'll make me more efficient, but I understand.
That is a fair point. Perhaps we could each send our own scouts and then reconvene our information.
Well, nonetheless, if this is your overall plan, then going to Goldshire seems like it might be a way to get exposed.
Well, it is also a way for us to know if Lahles has already fallen, or if we should expect danger from the 1T. I merely preach this idea as one of caution.
Yes, I
Plus,
do agree. It does make more sense to be cautious, Orth. Even such, unless we have a spy amongst us, then our plans are only known to us, and we should be welcomed with open arms in Goldshire. I guess that's true.
all right.
It seems like a good plan to me. If the rest of your group is acceptable of this as well, then we shall set forth this order to our troops.
Very well. As always.
Wonderful.
As always, Orth, Nara, it is a pleasure.
Well, either way, we have about 3 days till we get there. If we do head down to Goldshire, be wary of the small goblin tribes in the forest. I shouldn't pose much of a threat to us, but just keep an eye out nonetheless.
Oh, well, that's where we encountered the hobgoblins before.
The
Yes.
bugbears.
Remember the story about the one with the tattooed dick on his head?
No.
Ah, yes, that was quite entertaining.
Yes, keep
Yes.
your eyes open. You may just see a wing and willy.
Well, tonight we sleep under the stars, but, well, within a couple of days we should be able to be within a civilized manner. And back to more of a normal lifestyle, for at least the night.
We hope, yes. I would like to start making the half plate armor that we discussed.
Okay. Still a leatherworking check, but let me just. Actually, we've already discussed it, so let me just double check the message. I believe I said it was 60.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I kind of, well, I would have expected it, because it was lighter, to go in the opposite direction, but honestly, whatever you say goes. So I'm willing to do it either way.
So I am. It's more of. I was thinking like the aspect to like accommodate the weight of it. You're gonna need more of it to like make the weight, essentially. That's why I was adding the 50%, but the 60 is only going to take you about a week, I believe. Let me double check.
How many hours of craft? That's probably the best way to do it, because I don't sleep.
Yeah, like it's a work week, so 40 hours.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Okay, yeah, I'll get started then.
Alright, so go ahead and make me the leatherworking.
Do. Don't fail me now. And default. 20.
Okay. And that will put you down to 32 hours and... Oops, not 400.
Hard pass.
Yeah, right. Hard pass. Then we will move along unless anybody has anything else.
I think
Mm-mm.
this is going to be a very restless night for Rekid. Because right now, I think he's starting to worry. Like, there's the potential that this goes south quick. And also the paranoia is starting to increase about something going on within the current ranks.
Well, to be fair, we are going southeast. Sorry.
Good one. So paranoia, one, that the Wanti are getting information in some way, but also perhaps our comrades have some sort of agenda that we're not aware of.
Yeah, they clearly have marching orders. Like, well.
Can I? I'm just gonna roll something for my own thing real quick, just for something on my side.
Sure. I'm just curious, like just for my own knowledge, like do you just like roll it and then like if it's like bad, then you just like play like a bad side, or do you have like your own like little table?
No, I'm just kind of winging it on this one because I'm trying to think if Rekid basically is connecting two dots here, and I don't think he is, not yet at least.
The reason I asked, just like quickly sum it up without getting too far off the rails, is I have like a split personality character that I play in a game, and every day I basically make a personality check, so I roll a d8 and I created my own table. So like from day to day he just changes personalities.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before, or something to that extent. But no, this one I'm just saying because this is me trying to stop inserting my own thought process into the character.
Yeah, I do some of the same stuff. If I'm not sure how I feel about it, I leave it up to the dice, like I said before. But is this more of a personal thing that you're just like kind of like in your subconscious kind of like bouncing back and forth, or is this something that you're sharing?
So I'm just kind of describing what's going on in Rekid's head, and I guess the way that would appear to the outside would just be, sitting by the fire, kind of that, long distance stare, just kind of maybe eyeing a couple of unknown people a little bit more closely than normal. Just some flavor, I suppose.
All right. Someone's in trouble. Hear sirens.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's on my end.
Well, then what we will do is move along till the night of, I believe it'll be April 21st, as the sun is setting. You'll notice as it kind of gets past midday, the sun becomes blocked out a bit more and more, and as you peer up, you will see clouds beginning to take part in the sky. As you do reach the end of your day, the rain will begin to fall as you make your way through the Maripin Forest and in the site of Goldshire.
Can I continue my half plate work in the meantime?
Yes, you can.
And you said this is the day of the 21st, so it's only one roll?
Yep, the day, and then once we get through the night, we'll make another roll.
So it's 17 on that one.
Alright, thank you.
17 and a 20. I'm doing all right. I think that should be 16 hours down.
And as you all are marching your way into Goldshire, you'll see that a few of the townsfolk making their way about this, more than somewhat familiar area for each of you, being, your, third time back here now?
Yep, sounds about right.
And
It appears normal. Oh, sorry.
all appears normal. You'll see a couple familiar faces, but just more like a puzzled and confused look upon people's faces when you have the amount of people with you.
That makes sense.
What do we plan to do? Just set up around the area, wraps on the outsides? Is there someone that we can talk to?
I think it's best if most of the arm, well, there's 15 of them, right? Stay out here, and we the 5 of us go into the city. To be more approachable.
We're gonna see if we can get some news of here before we.
Exactly, yeah.
There is someone here that we know.
Are you familiar with the person that runs this fine village? You see Nalra kind of look around with a slight look of disgust upon his face.
Yes, we know, what is his name? Ingen? He's I believe he's a local corn silk rat here. He will be able to say what the news is from the march.
Well, where do you know him to be? Let's find him.
There's a post in town that they normally hold up in.
Yeah, you'll know where the Watchtower to be. Just on the west side of, the outer village limits.
Is it actually his name, Ingen?
No. I was just going to let you embarrass yourself when you got there.
Noise.
It's Sir Samson.
Why the hell did I not write his name down?
Day one doesn't seem important sometimes, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's true. I wrote down Snot's name.
Well, you did run back into him at one point, so.
That's true. All right. So yeah, Watchtower it is. Let's go.
Should we accompany you, or do you think we should just explore
Feel
the
free.
area?
Whichever you wish. You may accompany us, or you may slink around if you wish. There is a tavern if you are so inclined.
No. Well, I'm going there. Yes, I think that'd be best that you excuse yourself from this more adult conversation. I will join each of you and let our friends here enjoy the tavern. I'm sure the owner would be quite pleased to have this amount of patrons.
What race is Orth again? Is he a dwarf?
No, he's a rugged male human.
Okay, I was expecting Orth the dwarf.
I'm gonna try to change it up every time to keep y'all on your toes.
Nice. the real things that matter.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. In that case, to the Watchtower.
All right. So making your. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna laugh. If Orth was a dwarf, he could easily be, hundreds of years old, but not an adult, clearly.
So, making your way over to the Watchtower, you'll see a couple of guards standing post with their spears, and as you make your way up, they'll begin to cross them and, blocking the path from the door, and just shout out, "Halt! State your business."
We seek Sir Samson.
In what regards?
We need new. We are on mission from. We are on mission from Bragdar. We must speak with him.
Each of you from inside will hear. Is that a familiar voice I hear? Ah, and as the door opens, you'll see the familiar sight of Sir Samson making his way out, dressed in his green cloak and extending his hand with a wide smile across his face as he makes his way over to each of you. Friends! It's been just over a week's time. I expected you to be back in this area quite a bit sooner.
Samson, we make our way across the desert twice, and you haven't even offered us tea yet. What kind of host are you?
You're right. Are you sure you want some tea? Not just, you have plenty of water?
We have plenty, yes. We were making our way along the Crystal River. We are just fine, thank you.
Smart. Please, it will be a bit of a tight fit, but we can all step in. And at this point, it will have begun to have a slight drizzle.
I believe nature believes we need more water.
And making your way inside, he'll say, who's this friend you have here? Is this part of the friends you've made? As he begins to put on the kettle over the fire.
I introduce you to Nara Dawnshine of the Wheat Civets.
Pleasure, Sir Samson. Likewise, any friends of theirs is a friend of mine. In just a moment for the water to begin boiling, tea will be served.
How does he live? Like, is it like a small house or what is it?
So being a watchtower, it's just like kind of more of like a makeshift office in this area where you all are hanging out. A bit of a fire, like a fireplace, enough to just, do some small cooking or, take care of some miscellaneous tasks. But other than that, just a table with a few chairs, mostly crates with armor, arrows, and weaponry.
I'm going to like while he like do all the greeting and stuff. I'm going to slip outside and just like I don't know, stand on the street corner or something close by and just like observe people in the city for like 5 minutes to see if there's anything that strikes me as
Okay, go ahead and give me your perception check, and we'll check back in with you just momentarily.
At the end of our commercial break.
So,
well.
what news do you all bring? It's
We
hopefully good.
It is. We do bring good news. I know not what other diplomats Bragdar has sent out, but you knew of our mission. We have returned with aid, and there will be more on the way. But first, from you, we know not the situation in Lahles. It has been a while. Tell us what news you have. We
Oh,
must know.
not much words come out of there. I mean, seen smoke rise from the area time to time, but nothing seems to be quite pressing.
Not even news from the refugees, casualties, losses.
Not many have made their way here. It doesn't seem that it's been too terrible there. It seems that Bragdar and the guild are protecting him quite well.
Then the city stands more than we thought it would. Perhaps we worried for nothing.
Well, perhaps could be just a little on the lucky side as well. Who knows, maybe even some had just left and gone to a closer village. Whitebridge is just a day away.
Yes, I would not be surprised if Whitebridge or Millstone had been decimated.
You think that's gonna happen here?
I think you are far enough away that they might not know you exist.
Well, as soon as the wheat civet gets there, then if the tides are not in the favor of Lahles, we shall make sure that the tides are turned quite hastily.
I would, if you have any fishers who go out on the empty tide sea, then perhaps give them a new temporary occupation. And of course, it never hurts. Perhaps get some palisades up around here. This is a time of war.
We've increased our guard, but only so much can be done in within 10, 14 days of being informed.
Yes, I suppose so. At any rate, with any luck, this issue will be ending soon. So, I would like to insight him actually to get an idea if he's hiding anything. I normally don't do this, but
Sure.
I probably should now. And specifically along the lines of if he's withholding information. Well, all right.
It just seems to be what's the word I'm looking for? Optimistic. With just how he's kind of going about it. He doesn't seem to be too worried. Full faith in Bragdar.
All right. Compatriots, I believe we can be along our way, but is there anything else anyone else seeks?
Well, I think we got the idea that they're probably not overrun unless they got overrun and it's been kept secret. But I would imagine.
Krev, I think you're
Yuan-Ti
looking too far into it. You should have more faith in Bragdar.
would- We've just been gone for a while.
And people of Lahles would even come together themselves before seeing the city fall to such hideous beast. Should look on the brighter side of things from time to time, instead of being so pessimistic.
Hmm. Well,
Look at your friend Onyx here. Cool, calm, collected. Seems to not have a worry in the world. And, well,
Why would I? When I am who I am, and Yuan-Ti are only meant to be dead.
Yeah, what can we say? She eats snakes for breakfast.
No, I don't. I eat fruit.
Well-
as far as your friend Record goes, I mean, is the old man awake or?
Oh, I'm here. Just ready for what the future holds, I suppose.
Yes, I'm surprised you haven't hit the tavern yet. This diplomacy and information thing, normally not your thing.
You know, my thirst seems to be not what it normally is.
Trace, at this point, you would have just, noticed people kind of walking about, nothing out of the ordinary. A little less traffic, but being still normal from the just time of day. It's nighttime.
Right. Yeah. It's nighttime, yeah, okay.
Raindrops
But that-
are falling on your head, though.
Oh, nice.
It was really hard to say it without singing it, I'm not gonna lie.
What was he called? Samson?
Yes, Sir Samson.
So Samson, I returned to the Watchtower. So Samson,
Yes.
who would you say has the most trade with Lahles and Goldshire?
Most trades?
Yeah.
I would say Atwith probably deals a good portion with them to get materials for the tavern. Elliston and Ingrid definitely have the most information on a mercantile standpoint. Why do you ask?
Just curious. Are we staying here tonight? I asked everyone else.
I had not planned such things. But perhaps
No,
Well,
I'm
we're
just
not-
curious.
I am sure we could stay in the tavern, but I do not think they will have room for us in town.
No,
Perhaps
Yeah,
or
you might
for
be right.
all the men at least.
I will
I
tell
would,
the men to make camp outside of this village and. Well, if you all wish to stay in the tavern, and well, you do what you find to be fit. I will stay with the men.
I want to head to the tavern, that's for sure. I mean, if they have regular trade with Lahles, maybe there's someone who's been there recently. Maybe I'll go talk to them.
Okay.
I swear to God, if this guy is just fucking crazy and it's like, yeah, Wales got raised like a week ago, everything's fine. It's like-
I would like to look down on my UNT detector to see if there's anything going on down there.
Your one teacher detector is not going off.
Okay, good.
we can call it a 1T rector.
Oh,
Ooh,
1T rector.
nice. Giggity. So you go to the tavern. You see it quite flooded with the guild members from the Wheat Civet. You also spot Orth sitting at the bar and speaking with the gentleman who you would know to be Atwith.
Oh. Well, I don't go to him. I go directly to the whatever barkeep or something.
Yeah, the old timer serving the bar. Sonny, what can I do you for?
Well, rapid, obviously, but
Oh, you're that one. That's right.
yeah. But anyways, has anyone come by from Lahles lately, or have anyone been in Lahles the last few days?
I mean, it's been about 5 days since we've had someone from that area.
Oh god.
Oh, and there was nothing strange about Lahles or anything. No rumors, no, like I don't know, anything.
Well, I'm not sure if you've heard of those snake folk attacking the town.
Yeah.
And other than them kind of raising a bit of hell here and there, nothing, I guess, too detrimental. Seems that the guild's been able to hold them back. But
Oh.
they did say the guild had a pretty heavy loss. Not sure exactly what that means, but I don't know. I guess some people have been leaving here and there. Most heading to the east.
Oh well. I'll have my rabbit when it's done. I go join my friends at the table.
Well, if I remember, you like it raw, and he'll just like slap a rabbit.
No. I like my rabbit in many different ways. I'm a rabbit connoisseur, as they say. I like it different ways, please. So I would like it fried and not stirred, please.
Oh, look at him slapping down that 10 platinum word.
I think it is worth at this point pointing out Trace's art update, and
Oh, right, yeah.
he has a rabbit pelt attached to him.
Sick.
Perfect. And as soon as that came in, I was like, this is exactly what we needed.
That's good, yeah. I actually don't think I have a rabbit pelt on me, but I can change that.
I just had her add it because I can put it to the other picture if you want, but I was just like, oh, this is perfect.
I can only imagine how many rabbit pelts he must have stored up by now.
Yeah.
Kadir, before you go, perhaps you, Onyx, or Rekid could help me with this. Sir Samson hands you a piece of parchment.
I thought you were going to say pizza for a moment there.
A pizza.
Fuck yeah. Pizza.
Oh, well, yes, of course.
Thank God.
Which one of you take it?
I would like to, if that's cool.
All right. Rekid, you unravel it, and while you're doing so, he'll say, we've had some problems from the Maripin Forest. If just keep your eye out. But as you unravel the piece of parchment, Rekid, you will see it is a wanted poster made up of a bugbear with a penis tattooed on the side of its face.
We are flat out. We are not stopping him.
Okay, I gotta ask. What does the name say?
Oh man, I didn't think of it, but I'm gonna try to come up with a good one here. Hold on. It just skips a picture.
Okay.
No
We'll give you time. We'll give you time to come up with something.
I think.
The wet bandit.
Rekid would audibly exclaim, "It's him! You guys, it's him!"
Oh my God! It's old One Eye.
The old one-eyed monster.
We've heard legends of this bugbear.
Oh, these names are great. Hold on, let me write them down.
And I'll repeat back to him. We've heard legends of this bugbear before. Old One Eye.
How about Big Dick Bugbear?
All right.
I'll put it in the maybe pile.
And I'll just like shout out. He's 7 feet tall, and he once defeated an entire squadron of 10 men using their corpses as weapons. It was horrific.
I thought you were gonna say lube.
And then do you want to know what he did to the corpses after? You don't want to know what he did to the corpses after.
No,
Fair
don't tell me.
I like how you said that in Jeeves's voice.
So each of you know of this one then. I wasn't sure exactly what to call it, other than quite a striking marking to say the least, but...
Oh, do you like our art?
It's not, shh, we didn't do this. It's not us.
I'm told that in bugbear culture, such markings mean they have a very hard personality.
Oh God.
Can you roll me a deception check?
Yeah.
I like that I made up a whole fucking story. And then he gets the deception check. Oh my God.
No way.
Maybe I was told wrong, but that's fine. So wait, are you giving us a mission?
I mean, I don't think that you all have time for such a thing, but I just thought you should be warned of this creature. Well, at least close to the city.
I appreciate it. Can I keep this? And
Sure.
unrelated, does Goldshire have a picture framer?
Oh my God.
We have a woodworker, yes.
Excellent.
My God. You don't even have a wall to put it on.
This is the first decoration for the dream.
No, we put it on the inside of the wagon. To stare at you while you sleep.
It's like old one eye with such a piercing, paralyzing glare.
It's so you can get used to that face looking at you while you sleep for when the real thing happens, most likely.
It's like, I can't wait. I can't wait to find out that he's like a level 10 wizard and
Well, what I'll say is at that point of getting the information, Trace, back at the tavern, Orth will pipe up. Why are you so curious on what's going on in from the civilians there? Is that your home?
Yes, let's say that.
You must be quite worried then.
Yeah, in a way. I'm also just curious, you know.
At that moment,
don't
your fried rabbit will come out.
Not stirred.
Not stirred.
Good.
Tossed.
Oh, wonderful.
oh my God. Be still my heart.
At midnight.
Rabbit, fried, not stirred, but tossed. That's my rabbit order.
It's another one off the list.
Yep.
We're just going to call Trace 007 from now on.
Well, hopefully your home and your family and friends there are all right.
Thank you. I hope so.
Well,
but if you hear anything during the night, just send them to me.
The only thing I'm gonna hear is this tankard hitting this bar.
Fair.
So I'm going to get I'm going to get a room in the tavern and continue working on my armor throughout the night.
I'll get a room as well.
All right.
Yes.
The rest of you get in a room as well?
It must be so annoying being next to Cadillas to hear banging all night.
I'm
not
sorry,
the kind
you
of
said he's
banging-
doing what? All night?
And not the banging you expect from a room, but different kind of banging.
Just hammering it like
Yeah.
I would also get a room, but I have some nighttime activities planned.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
he's doing banging too. The other kind of banging.
Does it involve beer?
Oh man.
It doesn't
Christian,
actually.
swiggity swag, what's in the bag?
Well, those that are getting a room, just -4 silver, and Rekid, go ahead with your nighttime activities, and then we'll check in with everybody else.
The gist of my plan is to follow our Mito comrades back to their camp outside the town and do a little eavesdropping to try and remain unseen and unnoticed while doing all this.
Ah, yes.
Okay, this is something that might take a little bit longer then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because
Alright.
I guess we're pushing 11 now, yeah.
Yeah, so what I will just ask for then real quick, Kadir, go ahead and give me your leatherworking check, and if anyone has something like a miscellaneous, I guess, task to take care of, see if we can get that done, and then we'll call it a night.
24. So this puts me up to 24 hours, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just subtracting. You're down to 16.
Can I craft better arrows?
Say that again?
Can I craft better arrows? Like, is it a thing? Can I craft +1 arrows, for example?
I didn't put it in as that because, like, crafting, like, an arrow, like, you can basically almost, like, make a quiver in a day comparatively to, like, the cost and the weight. So, with that, like, I just kind of, like, added it to, like, the bow.
Okay, I like that one.
What you can do with the arrows is, like, you know, like, poison them and, like, other things of that nature, but...
Oh, can I make like a pre-poisoned arrow that has like a little vial that breaks when it hits the target?
Yeah.
Ooh,
You've
that.
harvested poison from Jade.
I also have a giant snake venom we took from.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember why we took it, but it's in my inventory. But yeah, I would like to make like where there's like small vials that break when the arrow hits. That's possible.
Yeah. I mean, it might take like a little bit to kind of like figure out.
That's fine.
You know,
That's fine.
like making instead of maybe what's the word I'm looking for? Wasting your material, like, you know, kind of like blueprint playing it out kind of shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. Maybe even just using like the vial as like the arrow tip instead of like having the arrowhead.
Yeah.
Some
That
I don't know,
makes sense.
just
yeah,
an
yeah.
idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
We can figure it out.
It doesn't have to be now, but I mean, that's definitely something that my character is going to like look into. I need to spend my downtown time on something.
Krev and Onyx, do you guys got anything?
No.
Okay. So then next week what we'll do is we'll start it out with Rekid, and then I mean for off the top of my head, Trace, like to like kind of begin like sketching some stuff out, like obviously needing some parchment and ink and a quill, you know, whatnot, and then making basically like an intelligence check to like plan it and see like how you would do it, but overall not needing like too much.
Sounds good.
Again,
And-
just like a base idea off the top of my head, but we'll basically start out, you know, going into that, and then Rekid going to spy on the Mito camp.
And that doesn't necessarily have to be a solo thing, but that's the intent of just the goal, I suppose.
One question. XP.
Yes. So, from the recap, you guys earned a good amount of experience. You hit every note that I had. And then I don't have my calculator up on the computer, so I'm going to do this in my head because it's actually not too much. 200 experience awarded to each of you. And that will put you at 6,225, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not keeping track of experience at all. I'm just assuming that you say when I level up.
I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't bump into anything on the way back.
I mean, overall, like you bumped into like a couple small things, but it, like I said, like the biggest thing that I had rolled was like a brown bear, and 5 plus the other 50. I'll just give you
Yeah.
the experience instead of
I
setting
mean,
all that up.
It's fine. We can down it in one turn.
Don't
So.
forget
Exactly,
discovery bonus.
What was that?
Don't forget discovery bonus when we discover new areas and so.
I mean, you guys like already have like a map. I'm not like giving like too much. I'm just like placing names out
I
for
don't know. So we didn't level up, I assume, right?
you. No, you're 275 away from my math.
Yeah, I got the same.
So
Can we kill a few random guards before we stop the session?
That'll show 'em.
let's just kill Goldshire out real quick. We'll level.
I know what to do. Let's go find old One Eye. We got experience from him once. We can do it again.
I will say, if you all ran into that and like the random encounter, I would have like played that out because that would have been something worth doing. But
Yeah, for the roleplay alone.
yeah,
Knock
right.
him out, tattoo another dick on his head.
But overall, like you said, like killing a bear would take like one turn. The other one I think was like 3 goblins on like the encounter table. It's like that's not worth it at all.
I think we would have had to have actually stopped at Unzader or go to the mine that What's Her Lady wanted us to go to.
Right, but we wouldn't have even gotten to Goldshire tonight, most likely, if we had done that.
But we'll see what unfolds. I mean, you guys like get like that extra recap XP and stuff. I see you guys hitting level 5, if not next session, the following one after that.
It's gotta be if it's not the next session, I'll be sad.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on like what we get into. Like sometimes we get off the rails a little bit. Sometimes we go really deep into RP where we're sitting in the same spot for 20-30 minutes kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's always variable, but it's always interesting, to say the least. To be honest, I didn't even think you guys were gonna go back to Goldshire, so that was interesting.
I mean, it seemed like the best decision.
We're done for today, right?
Yep, that's gonna be it. I mean, if anyone has anything they'd like to say before we get out of here, then do that, and then we'll dip out.
Yeah, I know what to say. Juicy.
Oh yes, I'm gonna edit it to put that on there as well. Anyone else want to add to this clip train? Fine. Okay. Whatever. Tomorrow
Listen,
night.
you already clipped me saying whatever the fuck that bullshit was at the front end. So
Yeah, I've wrote it down in my notes. I can't remember what was said, but I just know that I have record clip at start and then Kadir clip at 49 minutes.
Oh yeah, chewing ass and kicking bubble gum.
That's right. That's what it was. Well, nonetheless, tomorrow night we have more of the Raven's Nest, and then that is it for D&D for the week, and then we'll be back on Monday. Maybe some other streams during the weekend. Nonetheless, affiliates up in the top left corner of the stream, and in the video if you're watching on YouTube, please drop a subscribe and hit that like button. Comment, do all that fun stuff, and then we'll see y'all next time. Everyone have a good night.
Thanks, everyone.
Take care, y'all.